Get over it, folks. Donald Trump is not going to annex Canada and turn it into the 51st state. If for no other reason that 9 times out of 10, Canada as a state would be reliably Democrat, which would mess up the Republicans in the House of Representatives, in the Senate, and in races for the White House. He's not going to do it. He's just joking. He's trying to get our goats. And if he can embarrass our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, a little bit in the process, well, bonus. I mean, Trump's always struck me as the sort of blowhard, loudmouthed uncle who dominates family events and makes the pearl-clutching section of the clan swoon with what he's saying. That's all he's doing now. I mean, you gotta understand that this was a man who, before he became president, was a real estate developer. He did high-rise condos and hotels. And in one of those hotels, there might be 450 marble countertops for bathrooms. So he'd sit with the potential supplier of 450 marble countertops, and he'd rib them. He'd put them through the ringer. He'd make them uncomfortable with his jokes and see whether they'd laugh. That's what he's doing with Trudeau. He is not going to make Canada the 51st state. So we don't have to respond with gasps and harangues. We don't have to be like Charlie Angus, the Ontario MP, who this week said, oh, he's not just insulting Trudeau, he's insulting the whole country. That's what he does. Get used to it. Get over it. Make it. I don't even like the response from Doug Ford, the Ontario Premier, who said, we're going to fight Trump's tariffs with tough tariffs of our own. We're not in a position where we can actually really harm the Americans. I think the Americans will find out that tariffs that are proposed by Trump would harm them enough. If you put a 25% tariff on Alberta and Saskatchewan oil and gas going into the Midwest, you'd raise the price of gasoline for many people in the American heartland by 35 to 70 cents a gallon. That would hurt Trump. It would hurt Republicans in the House and the Senate. That's what's going to stop this from happening. And us playing along. Oh, I know we're a sovereign country. We shouldn't be capitulating to this bad man. And he is a goof. I don't like Trump. He is occasionally correct on policy, but his behavior is boorish. I don't enjoy having to listen to him. But in business, which is what we're dealing with here, you put up with a lot of bump, let's say, in order to get your deal. We want something out of Trump. He knows that. He's going to put us through the ringer while he's deciding whether or not to let us off. So what we do is we play along. We pretend we're wearing plaid polyester pants and sitting in the lounge at his golf course, chatting with him and laughing at all of his crude and off-color jokes. It may not be what's required in cancel culture these days, but that's how you do a deal with this guy. You have to remember his autobiography is called The Art of the Deal. That's what he's all about. He makes deals. And so if you have to put up with a little bit of demeaning, joking, some teasing, even some bullying, I wouldn't go past Trump and say he's not bullying us a bit. He's trying to bully us a little bit. But if that's what you need to put up with in order to get out of the 25% tariff and save our economy, then you do it. That's how it's done in business. It's how it's done with Trump. And so we can all wring our hands and shriek to high heavens that his talk of making us a 51st state is demeaning to our country. Or we can just be grown up about this and get it done. For Post Media, I'm Lorne Gunter.